guys, hope you're well. I've got my mother with me today. You came up, didn't you?
I did.
She came up because I was a bit sad. It was actually the day I recorded last week's podcast, which I can only apologise for because the mood was slow, wasn't it?
Oh, slow.
My mother FaceTimed me and yeah, you were like, I think I'm going to come up. The thing is, I was severely sleep deprived though. And I don't know why, because overall I'm sleep deprived. So I don't know why I'm shocked at how much it affects me. But I literally had no sleep. I went out to watch the Shits and Gigs concert, went out after, and then came back and me and Sophie still didn't stop.
No.
We sat at the balcony until like 5 in the morning drinking. We played blind karaoke actually. You'd love that.
Yeah.
We should play it tonight, yeah. Do you know what it is?
No. I'll play it though.
It's like you play a song in the background.
All right.
Obviously it's karaoke, so it's got no lyrics and you've got to sing it like in the right songs. You've got to guess the songs, sing the right lyrics in the right place. Mm-hmm. It was really fun. So yeah, anyway, we did that. And I was drinking rum and Coke. I started off on Diet Coke and then I went into normal Coke. Mm. And when I went into bed at like 5:30, the heart palpitations that I had, it was as if I had taken cocaine, not Coke.
That's the Coke.
That's the Coke.
Yeah, not before bed.
I've never experienced it. And I was just lying there awake with my heart beating out of my chest. And I lied there all night. I think I went to sleep at maybe 8 for 20 minutes. So I had literally no sleep. And then I'm surprised why I was just like so low mood then when I the next day.
Yeah.
But anyway, you're up.
I am.
You've come great. Stocked up my fridge, by the way. My fridge has never been so full. I literally took a picture of it. There's never been that much food in that fridge.
No. I can imagine.
I know.
I can imagine.
She brings her own tea bags when she comes up.
Just in case.
Tea bags in a little pouch and coffee.
Coffee, yeah.
I don't drink coffee, so that's fair enough. But I have got tea bags here.
I'll remember next time then.
Yeah, like tea bags is okay. So yeah, we're up. We're having quite a chilled one. Now we're going to go shopping. I want to take my mother to King's Road. We go to King's Road, darling. Darling, we simply have to go into Chelsea whilst you're here. Such a lovely, glorious day in London.
Yes.
So yeah, that's our plan really, isn't it?
King's Road famous in the 60s, see, for me.
Is it?
Yeah,
why?
It was the place. I don't know why, because
Well, it is a popular, famous road, isn't it?
Yeah, in the 60s, it was always the King's Road, that where everything was happening.
Nice. Well, that's where we'll go then. Have you ever been?
For me, no, because I was stuck in Wales, wasn't I? As a 17-year-old, just praying. I wanted to go to the Bieber shop, but it was never going to be.
Well, today is the day. I'm not sure there's a Bieber shop still there, though.
Probably not, no.
Right, should we go straight in with a little story?
Yeah,
a little love story?
Why not?
I was married at 19 and had a baby at 20, and then we got divorced at 23. After my second marriage was over and another relationship, at the age of 74,
good grief,
I reconnected with my first ex-husband, and we are now living together again and engaged and planning on getting married.
A first ex-husband?
Yeah, so she was with him at 19, had a baby, got divorced at 23.
And now she's back with him at 74?
Yeah, she got married again. She had another relationship, and now she's gone back to her first love. She had our son, my only child. He's 60 years old now, and we have a grandson who's 24. And our grandson is what really brought us back together again and rekindled our relationship.
Well, how lovely
I
is
know,
that?
and that's so nice.
Yeah, that's lovely.
I just feel like that's your first, well, it's not always your first love, but when you have a big love like that, it just shows that it doesn't matter the time that passes.
No, it never goes away.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? And 74 and get married again.
Well, it's like my age,
See?
isn't it?
Some time in the year.
Yeah, plenty of life in the old dog.
Don't let Daddy listen to this.
No.
This reminds me of another story. I don't think I shared it on you. Did I? I shared it on TikTok. Well, let me tell you anyway. Sorry if I've told you. But this woman was with a guy. They were younger. And she just knew he was the one. Like, he was the love of her life forever. So they're together. They're super happy. And they went out to a park or something. And he was messing around with his female friend. And she said she just had this gut feeling that they had slept together. Like, she just knew they'd slept together. So she left the park, like, really angrily. And messaged him after saying, have you and let's, I don't know, call her Adele. Have you and Adele slept together? And he admitted it and said yes. So she was absolutely heartbroken, broke up with him, but she said like she never got over him, and she thought about him every day because she just knew that he was the one. He ended up going off with a woman, having 2 kids with her. She went off, I don't know if she had any children either, but anyway, something like 40 years passes, and they get back in touch. I think it's like on Facebook, or they bump into each other. They get back in touch and they get back together. She said all the feelings were still there, and she said I always knew that it was him. And she said we were obviously, oh no, she did have kids, because she said we were obviously meant to go off and have children with other people, because obviously they've got their beautiful children. And she said now they're this big blended family and all the kids get on.
That's lovely.
And they're back together. And then it panned to him as well, because he was there in the story. And he said that obviously he wasn't as romantic because he was a man. But he said after all these years, you learn, what do you say? You learn to be more considerate of the other person and like bend a little bit more. Whereas like when you're young, you don't do that. And he said now they're older, they understand each other and what the other person needs, and now it just works.
Wow, that's lovely.
It's like a similar thing, isn't it?
Yeah, great. You know Julie, my friend.
Actually, the podcast knows Julie.
That's right.
Julie's been on. I forgot she'd been on.
She's been on the podcast.
Julie was my first love story that went viral on TikTok. Well, viral, 360k views. That's viral for me on TikTok.
Yeah.
She was one of the first love stories I shared, and she's on an episode, guys, if you want to check out. It's like an old episode. I'll find what number it is and put it in the show notes.
She had an amazing love story.
Yeah, what was it? She guessed on a bus,
She was on a bus coming home from holiday. She just parted from her husband. So her and her daughter went on a trip which was already booked.
Yeah.
And coming home on the coach from the airport, she sat adjacent to this young man. They were talking and got on famously well. That was it. Didn't exchange any addresses or anything like that. And a couple of weeks later, she was working in a sports centre locally, and they said to her, Julie, there's someone outside he's asking for you. And it was Rob, the man on the bus.
That is.
And they've been married,
insane.
I don't know, over 30 years now again.
Because she'd said in passing that she worked at sports centre.
Yeah. And
yeah,
he'd gone to 3 or 4 sports centres previously, looking for her, and finally tracked her down.
That's amazing.
And they're amazing together. He is like Bear Grylls. I mean, he does the Duke of Edinburgh Awards. They're both really into all that, you know.
Yeah.
He's fantastic. He's nearly 80 years of age, and he's just gone off trekking to the Pyrenees on his own, exploring, camping. For 6 weeks he's gone.
Wow.
Because he always wanted to do it.
And at 80?
He's about 78, say, something like that. But he's super fit and active.
This is... do I want to admit
amazing.
that I don't know this, but where's Pyrenees? Where is that?
It's in mountains between, I don't know, I think France and Italy maybe, or somewhere in that region.
In my head it was Peru. I was like, he's in Peru.
No. He's also climbed to base camp on Everest.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Yeah, he's amazing.
How old was he doing that?
But that's only a couple of years ago he did that. They're just a lovely, lovely couple.
You never meet anyone by chance, do you?
No.
Like that bus meeting.
There was a chance meeting.
Yeah. No, but the whole thing is you don't meet somebody by chance. And you said that's a chance meeting.
Yeah.
No, that's not by chance, is it? Because that's... I think, maybe you think, wow, what coincidence or how crazy, but I think that was meant to happen.
Well, yeah, obviously it was, wasn't it?
This was not a chance meeting?
Well, it was really, wasn't it?
No, the universe knew. Like the timing of it.
Yeah, the universe might have known, but she didn't know.
No, she didn't know.
And neither did he.
No, chance to them, but this is why I say the universe has always got a plan, an idea for us.
Yeah.
And the timing of it. Although I bet, I don't know about back then, but if that happened now, everyone would be saying, that's a rebound. You've only just divorced your husband. It's too soon.
They hadn't even been divorced. So they'd only just...
Scandal!
They'd split up and the holiday was already booked.
I did have a couple of haters on TikTok actually noting that. Men, obviously.
So she thought, well, I'll take her daughter, and that was it.
So how long is he backpacking for? Or trekking?
6 weeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, this is another thing. I feel like this generation would be like, boy, he's going away for 6 weeks without you. And it'd be very, like, kind of frowned upon. And, well, he is not thinking about you, is he? Not thinking about leaving you for 6 weeks, because that's, like, always the narrative.
No.
But actually, I don't know if it's because they're older or just very, very secure and they love
Obviously
for each other. That was probably a bit of both. That she's like, yeah, you go and do your thing and I'll be fine. And that's really good.
They both do their own thing.
That's really
she lives
healthy.
such a busy life. You know, she's heavily involved with the grandchildren. But
she said, actually, because I asked her, like, what's your sort of top tip, you know, to, like, a successful relationship? And she said to have your own things going on. Yeah, your own, like, hobbies and stuff, I suppose.
She's loads.
Yeah.
You know, she does yoga, sewing classes. She's even joined a group now to go and sit with elderly people who've got nobody, to go and chat to them.
Oh, really?
She gets involved in everything. She's amazing.
Does she work?
Does she work?
Yeah.
No,
Has she got a job? Okay.
Her job was with Rob.
Oh, no, I was just like, wow, this woman's doing a lot. What am I doing?
They used to run
a
centre together for young people where they did all the Duke of Edinburgh and all that. But they retired from that. But not
makes
retired.
me feel just a little bit better about myself.
Not retired from life at all.
No, I know that.
Oh my gosh, no. Yeah,
people always say that you should do volunteering.
Yeah, she
so
does.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Like, it gets you so much back.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's giving as well, but it makes you feel so much better. Do you know, I mean, it's not charity work, but the other week, my friend Amelia, I don't think I told you, she slipped on, what she said was like almost like a poster or something from a sandwich board outside a shop, like a big sheet.
Yeah.
And she was carrying shopping and she slipped and, like, fell to the floor and really hurt herself. God. And she said nobody around her even made any fuss. Nobody went over to her. Nobody said, is she okay? Oh. She said she was so embarrassed because obviously she hurt herself and she actually needed help because she had shopping and that. But she said also, like, to fall like that in front of anyone and not have anyone to even laugh with, or like have some sort of reaction. So she said she just had to get herself back up and walk away. And she told me this story, and maybe 2 days later or something, I'm walking to work, and this woman in front of me, she wasn't like that old, but like an older woman, tripped on her ankle. And kind of screamed. She didn't fall or anything, but she tripped like that and oof, like made a noise. And again, morning commute, everyone's walking past. And I remembered what Amelia said, and I was like, I should go and stop to her. Anyway, so I stopped and I said, oh my God, are you okay? And she said, the first thing she said was, thank you so much. She didn't even answer if she was okay at first. Yeah. She said, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm fine. I said, I didn't even know what happened then. Like, you know, you just trip on her ankle. And then I told her the story about Amelia. Yeah. And she said, I'm okay, but thank you so much for stopping. And then I felt good then, because I was like, oh, she really appreciated that.
Of course, yeah.
I, the other day in work, was looking like this on my watch, and I walked into a glass panel. I was so embarrassed, and I went like this out loud, shit! And I looked up, and one woman looked at me like that, and then looked away. I was like, oh, so embarrassing. Like, no one to laugh at. I had a massive red mark on my wrist.
Didn't break the watch though, I hope.
I didn't break the watch and I didn't break the glass. So there's that.
That's something anyway, isn't it?
That chance meeting thing, I've got a quote here that I've saved because I love a quote. Yeah. Listen to this. It says, meeting people is never an accident. Someone can't walk in and out of your life without reason. Lessons and the growth that you experience are never spontaneous. It's always meant to be. There's a higher purpose, an end beyond you and I, which we will never know until we reach it. So I want you to stop treating your experiences as casual occurrences that randomly took place and start looking for a deeper meaning, an end or a goal. I do that probably too much. Yeah. I'm like, there's always a reason for it. Even if I like miss a train or something like goes annoyingly wrong, I don't get frustrated anymore. I'm like, there's obviously a reason for this.
Yeah.
Like, I always think of the bigger picture with, like, stuff slotted through.
True, it's like when your father walked into that meeting that I was in, that rehearsal, chance meeting, really, and 53 years later, here we are. You know? Yeah. So,
it's never
everything
by accident.
happens for a reason, isn't it?
You don't meet people by accident. No. And the way I met my ex, I've said the story a million times, but seeing him on the tube.
I know, that was uncanny.
Just not on the tube, no messages or anything exchanged, no names, nothing, just completely just talking and having a laugh on the tube. Get off the same stop, think that's it, never going to see him again. 3 days later or 5 days later, walking down Leicester Square at 3 a.m. in the morning in fancy dress. I was dressed as a spider, aka...
For Halloween, wasn't it?
Yeah, aka a slut. I was in fishnets tight and a leotard and a cape, and I wore buns in my head and I called myself a spider. I basically just wanted to look hot. And I bumped into him at 3 in the morning. And then we lived on the corner. Like, that to me is just crazy.
Yeah, it is.
You know?
It is.
Yeah, and then the quote says, there's a plan, you must find it if you want to conquer it. Think about it. In a world consisting of over 7.53 billion people, each capable of teaching you something, why did your path cross with this person?
Yeah.
It's because you needed a particular lesson at this point in your life. Think about it deeply. Only then will you stop treating your growth as an accident and start appreciating it as a beautiful journey meant just for you.
Like my group of friends now, we've come back together, haven't we? After how many years apart? I can't tell you how many years it's been. And for the last maybe 10 years now, we've formed this little group, 8 of us. Sadly, one of them passed away through COVID. But the 7 of us are still school friends, and we behave like as if we were still in school, you know. And we chat all the time, every day, and we go out for lunch. And it's so lovely to have them back in my life. Yeah. And the same goes for them.
Yeah, friendships are so important.
They are very important.
I said that, and now with everything that's happening, you can't get through it without your friends.
Oh no, definitely. And the same with my singing group, isn't it? Who I used to sing with. I
was waiting, do you know what? I thought, how many minutes are we going to go now before she drops in that she was a singer, that she was in a band, that you had a Welsh number one. Come on, tell them what show have you been on?
At Cliff Richard's.
Cliff Richard's show, and who else was on it?
Elton John.
I just knew at some point.
No, I didn't mean to drop all that, but I've always been in touch with Lorraine, because I worked alongside her. The other two, not so much, even though we all live locally, but we've joined back up again now. And we got our own little WhatsApp group, and we meet for coffee, and they come to my house and we have sing-alongs, and we go to Larry's house, and you know,
sing-alongs.
It's really great to have them back as the group again, you know.
Yeah, I think friendships are more effort than relationships, because relationships are a lot harder work, I think, but you get so much out of them, and usually you're living with them and you speak to them every day, so they don't necessarily there is effort in it, but you get so much back out of it that I don't think it feels like effort. And I think when it starts to feel like effort all the time, usually is when people break up, rightly or wrongly. But I think with friendships, you don't always get loads out of it. Like with those, you're just making the effort every day to just keep in touch with this person and tell them stuff and see them now and again.
You need friends in your life, definitely you do.
And I think it's important when you're in a relationship to not only have that one person, because then that's lethal.
Definitely.
Right, my shit show of the week this week. Thankfully it's not a massive one. I haven't had big dramas. But I went out for dinner the other night, and it was a 10-minute walk from this place to the Tube. And I thought, not today, I've got heels on, I'll take the DLR, which I've never taken before.
What's a DLR?
It's
a train, is it?
Yeah, it's kind of like a train. It's a train line.
It's London language.
Yeah. So I get there fine. To get back, there was no stairs going down the station. It was shut off. So I skipped over, no problem, to the train station that was opposite. I thought, I'm not going to ask people. There's one stop the other way. I walk past all the train men, run down, hop on a train. I say to the guy, does this go to Stratford? He says, yeah. So, great. Honestly, as soon as the doors closed, I thought, this is a train. I'm on an actual train, not like a tube. The thing comes up, next stop, Ebbsfleet International.
Oh my God.
Don't even ask me where that is. I've never even heard of it. I thought, no, please, no. I'm on a train now. So I shut my eyes and I looked at the guy and I said, and he's smiling at me, by the way. He thinks great, I've done a good deed. I said, this doesn't go to Stratford. He goes, Oh, Stratford blatantly didn't understand me, did he? My accent, couldn't have. Big back and forth. Anyway, just in that moment, my battery goes, obviously, because my battery goes every single time I'm out. So I had no concept of time or anything. I think it was 10 minutes in the opposite direction to Ebbsfleet.
Oh my God.
I had to get off, wait for the train to go back, one stop, 10 minutes for the train to come. And then the 10-minute journey back, half an hour, just to get there. Then I asked a train man, and I was like, this is what I've done. He was laughing. How do I get to like where I need to go? He tells me it's not a 10-minute walk, just walk up there wherever. I found it easy. Why didn't I just ask him at the start?
You live and learn.
Live and learn at 20.
You live and learn, love.
I know. Honestly, it like tripled my journey home time. I just feel like I've been here now 8-9 years, and these stories are almost weekly occurrences for me. My battery goes, and I never know the way places.
Your battery is a nightmare.
It is a nightmare now.
You know, you've got the battery charger pack.
I know, but I also have to charge that up.
Well, yes, it's a fact of life.
I know, but if I don't charge my phone, you think I'm going to charge a battery
Well, you have
pack?
to make a point of doing it. You're a nightmare. When you were younger, it was a nightmare for me. I'm in Wales. You were here. You'd be ringing me with some drama. I'm on the end of the phone. What can I do? I'm in Wales. But it's because you don't prepare beforehand
I don't
properly.
prepare at all.
And you have to.
I know. I just step out the door and I just hope for the best.
Oh my God.
Majority
some
of
of
the
those
time.
days, the modelling days, you're always in a stressed state going to a job.
Was
Wasn't
it?
Yeah.
Probably.
Remember the one that you went to, and when you got there, it was like all rubber clothes, which was an absolute...
Oh my God, that was so bad.
Which was an absolute... sounded like a nightmare.
Oh, it was an underwear job. And all well and good until I got there, it was latex. It was full latex. At one point, they wanted me to put a mask on, like a big, like the rabbit mask with the long ears, and eat strawberries. I said, no, ma'am. No, that's not for me. That's not going in my portfolio. Oh, it was awkward.
Even the woman there said to the man...
Yeah, the woman there was pregnant. And she was like...
I don't think Sadie's comfortable with some of the content. And no way.
Oh, it was bad, that was.
I remember it. It's a
and the thing is, when you're there and you need the money and you want to be professional, and obviously you've been booked for something, you've just got to try and go along with it best you could. But they were handing me stuff and the nipples were exposed, and I was like, I just can't possibly do this.
Rabbit ears and strawberries. I mean,
also, like, for what fun? So, like, if you want to see my nipples, you're gonna have to pay me at least like triple this, and it's gonna have to go into like a decent magazine. Do you know what I mean? And God knows where this was going. Thankfully, there was another girl here who like didn't care, so I got to like give all the stuff. I mean, I still did some intense stuff for me, but nothing. I was covered, like, as best you could be. And I also used to ring you when I started working full-time in a corporate job, and I'd be like, Ma'am, will you transfer me money to get on the tube? Do you remember that? I just need £10 to get on the tube.
I can't get on the tube. Oh, God. I know. What a worry it's been.
Oh, but, apart from the battery now, I've got my life together now.
You've got, you've
says.
stepped up a bit now.
She says, as her mother's had to come up.
I mean, the first flat was enough for me, that you and Amelia shared. Oh, it's fantastic, Mum. You wait till you come up, it's fantastic. When I saw the front door for a start, I thought, hang on. Plus, it was above a chicken shop.
It was above a Lebanese shop, and they were the best shop to be above. They came up, they helped me with the fire that we had.
They were very
They came up and helped me with the mice that we had. They gave me free food.
They probably gave you the cockroaches.
They did give me cockroaches.
My God.
But they gave me free hummus all the time. They used to let me go behind the counter. I used to meet the other guy who had a hair salon next door. He gave me a free treatment. They were lovely.
Well, for
We'd have
living
been there
there,
in it all the time.
I couldn't even start to describe it.
One time my ex went in, and I always used to eat hummus with no oil, so I used to say hummus but without the oil, and he ordered it, and then he came up and he said, I've literally just walked in here and I've said, can I have hummus without the oil? And they've gone, you with Sadie? Because I used to call it so much because I love hummus.
Oh, and you and Amelia loved it so much.
We did love it. It's the longest I've stayed in a flat
Christmas, and it beautifully decorated, all your trimmings up. Oh my God, it was an absolute.
It wasn't.
Oh,
it was just above a food shop, ma'am, and on the main roads.
But,
It was
I
very
mean,
noisy. But the flat itself was nice.
The layout was okay.
Yeah.
But the furnishings that they'd left you, I
No,
mean,
they weren't
you
best.
wouldn't even let anybody live on them.
I would never stay there now. That's
And
the
they were
funniest
charging
thing.
you how much a month
No, how much? 1,400 for 2-bed.
each?
No,
between
get
them.
off.
No, I was right. Plus bills, wasn't it? 700 odd. Which was
which
an
is
awful
alright.
lot then. I mean, you
It
go
was
back in
okay.
the world now, like, which is even worse. Paying the money that's being
But isn't it
paid
funny
out,
that,
but-
like, that doesn't feel that well, it does, and it doesn't feel that long ago. It's gotta be
No.
it's like 8 years ago, whatever. And I wouldn't even go and view a place like that.
Mind
now.
you,
Isn't it funny? But when you're younger, you have just different
Yeah.
expectations
mindset, isn't it?
and stuff. Yeah.
But you had such fun now. You
Oh my God, it was
I mean,
amazing.
for the first time in London, it was
Oh, it
brilliant.
was so good. We
Yeah.
had this big wall, like the entrance as you went into the flat, and it was filled floor to ceiling of pictures of us and our favourite quotes and pictures of like people we love, like
Yeah.
Beyonce and Sex and the City, and
Yeah.
all photos of us because we used to go on holidays together like
Yeah.
multiple times a year, didn't we? So
Yeah.
we had like all our memories were all together,
Yeah, it was
and we had
lovely.
them all over the wall. It was so nice.
Yeah.
And the whole flat was decorated fun. Not like now when people decorate flats, and it's, but me included, like neutrals, and I haven't even got photos up of anyone here. I got like one of the boys of now. But there was just fun. We cared about deco. It still like looked nice,
Oh,
didn't
yes,
it?
Yeah.
But it was also like we'd gone to Ibiza and we'd had a David Guetta fan, so we put that on the wall.
Yeah.
When it was like full of memories and
Memories, yeah.
stuff stuck on the fridge.
was.
I just loved it,
Yeah.
and it was really close to the tube.
Yeah.
Do you know, one time we used to get the tube or taxi back, and one time the taxi dropped us off the other side of the station, so we had to walk through the shopping centre in Hammersmith to come out to go to our flat. And we walked in, Stephen, and there was this guy there cleaning, you know, like those big sit-down cleaning things that you like clean the floor with.
Yeah.
We said, will you give us a ride through? And he did. We hopped on the back of him. I got photos there. I would love to try and find one. We hopped on the back and he rode us through the shopping centre, and then we just hopped off.
I remember you telling me.
It was so funny. It's just stuff like that, like when you're young and you just don't care
It
about
was,
anything.
yeah.
It was a good time. Have you ever thought about what your love language is?
No.
Because I feel like you're a different generation. So do you know the 5 love languages, what they are?
No.
They are acts of service, quality time, physical touch, gift giving, and words of affirmation. Like, it basically, usually you'll have 1 or 2 of these that you want more, that you associate with being loved more. So mine are words of affirmation, and I've discovered through therapy that it's because you gave me so much praise when I was younger that now I associate that with love.
Yeah.
So if somebody, because you'd always be like, honestly, I could, like Sophie always used to say, like, you could shit in your hands and clap, and your mother'd be like, excellent, Sadie. Like, she always used to say
What's
that.
my little quote to you? Every time
Well,
I
the-
say, have I ever told you?
how much I love you.
And then you say, how much
I love you. Yeah. But you're always very like, oh, you look lovely. Or, I mean, you're very honest as well, but most of the time you're very complimentary. So that's why I think, well, that's why we think that my love language is words of affirmation, which I've been working on
Yeah.
because it's not normal to be told all the time.
All right.
So that's mine. So that's like what you associate love with. And when you get that, you feel loved.
Yeah.
Other people's are like acts of service. So if you were going out with somebody now and you came in and you said, oh, I'm going to take this rubbish down for you and go and pick up your parcel, that to them would be like, oh my God, this person loves me.
Yeah.
So what's yours? I think you like words of affirmation,
Oh, yes,
because
I
you'll
do.
come out and be like, what does this look okay? What's this look like? So that's like
Yeah.
looking for words of
Yeah.
affirmation. And this isn't one, but maybe it's a spin on quality time. You do like to go out and do stuff, don't you?
Yeah. Well, if I
So
get
bear in
a
mind, she came up like because I was a bit sad last week, and I'm like, yeah, we can just chill out. And she's like, oh, we could go to that All Bar One. Could go to All Bar One again. I was like, I don't know. I can't make any promises. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah,
But
but
maybe
maybe I'll be all right to chill. I don't mind at all.
Well, we'll see how it goes. Could hit up All Bar One later.
I will see.
Oh no, slugging lettuce.
Oh no.
You draw the line at Sagonetist, do you?
Yeah.
Have you ever been to a Sagonetist?
Yes, I have actually, in Bath.
Oh, when?
Many years ago.
All right.
I think it's overdone, isn't it? I mean, who calls a restaurant a slug and lettuce?
Anyway, that wasn't even the point, right? My friend sent me this thing saying, did you know that people's toxic traits are usually the opposite of their love languages? So if your love language is acts of service, then usually your toxic trait is not asking for help. If it's quality time, your toxic trait is isolating. Physical touch, avoidance. Gift giving, impulsive shopping. And if your love language is words of affirmation, then your toxic trait is going silent. And I was like, well, I'll be damned. That's me.
Yeah.
That is me. I do usually go quiet and isolated, don't I? If there's something bothering me.
Yeah, I always know, don't I?
Yeah, you do.
Right. Yeah, I always know if things are not.
If something isn't right,
if
she's
you're
like,
not
I
happy.
guessed you've gone really quiet.
Yeah.
I always do it. Always have as well. Without anything I'm going through, my go-to usually is to just
Shut down. It's not good though.
I know, but isn't that crazy? She
Yeah.
said that to me, it'd be like, because she obviously knows as well.
Yeah.
She's like, look at this. And I was like, wow, that's so true for me.
Yeah.
Interesting, isn't it?
I'm a gift giver though. I love giving
You are
gifts.
gift giving.
I love giving
So-
gifts.
So does that...
That just makes you feel good, when you can do that.
Oh, so your toxic trait would be impulsive
shopper.
shopping.
Well, that's not wrong.
It's not wrong. Literally, you're like, we're going to do up my balcony. Last week I said, like, I love being out there and stuff. She's like, right, we're going to get a table now in the side. We'll get a rug out there. We'll get a this.
Yeah, can't wait to go.
I know.
To, where are we going?
Dunalmana.
You're getting curtains up and
You are.
you've got a lot to
Look at
do.
that, that's actually true.
Yeah, it
Guys,
is.
let me know if it's true for you, please.
Yeah.
I'll put the screenshot up, like, on Instagram at Love What Luck. If you don't follow me already, please do.
Please follow her.
We were down my auntie's, who obviously like supports me, and you were like, do you follow on Spotify now? Get it up there. Get it up now. Sign her in. Set up an account for her. I'm like, Mum, it's unnecessary. Like, I know that she supports me. She follows the Instagram. I'm like, it's fine. No, set it up now. I'm like, I just came down to see her, and I'm setting up a Spotify account for her so she can actually
cool.
follow me.
Yeah. Every little opportunity.
Like a dance mom. Okay, we'll probably wrap it up soon. We'll go shopping. It's June.
Yeah.
First episode of June.
June is busting out all over.
What?
June is busting out all over. It's a song.
Is it?
Yeah. From Oklahoma, I think it is.
What do you mean from Oklahoma?
From the musical Oklahoma. I think it's Oklahoma. I could sing it, but I wouldn't do that on the podcast.
Please
I like to
do.
do the actions as well.
I know.
No, I'm not doing it. No, you must have heard of Oklahoma.
No, never heard of Oklahoma or June's busting
way.
out. No?
It's been in the West End recently, Oklahoma. Rodgers and Hammerstein. Famous musical.
Everything you're saying is
Well,
going off my head.
surprising.
You asked
Well,
me in 10 minutes.
I'll
I'd have
sing
forgotten.
it after for you then.
Oh, I'm sure you will.
I will. Have I ever told you?
Oh. How much you I love you.
I'm super proud of you though. I am super proud of this little podcast that's growing and growing.
Slowly growing.
No, it will grow. Yes, because you want it and you work so hard for it.
I did have my mother recording TikToks today, and I was like, right, we're going to lip sync now. We're going to do this.
It was funny.
Okay, well, thank you for coming on. It's nice to have some company. I always say I need to get company on you. I do definitely need to get more guests on. So yeah, it's nicer for me as well.
And just keep sending stories in, isn't it?
Yeah, please guys, if you've got any stories, please send them to sadie@lovewhatluck.com, or you can DM me. Although I have noticed a couple of people that have DM'd me, it limits the words, so it cuts off. So Instagram is still fine, but just like be wary of that. I don't know what happens your side, if you've then got to retype it or if it just sends again. I've got a feeling you've got to retype it. So yeah, if you've got like a longer one, then it's better to email sadie@lovewhatluck.com. But yeah, thank you so much. Please make sure you followed and subscribed and sharing the stories, etc., etc. And I'll speak to you next week.